All right, Jesse on fire. Welcome back to the channel. Now, sometimes, every once in a while, guys, like I would say every 2 to 3 videos, I come and I'm like, this is going to be a really good video. And this is going to be a really good video. All right. And that we can thank Dana White for, because my goodness, what a press conference. All right. So we're going to talk about a couple things. We're going to talk about what he said about Khabib, number one, because Khabib's coming back. Ooh, Khabib's coming back. We're going to talk about what he said about Conor and Dustin Poirier, but well, maybe not most of all, but lastly, we're going to talk about what he said about Bob Arum, because you guys wonder why oh my gosh, Jesse on fire, such a Dana dick rider. Like, he just loves Dana. Oh yeah? You want to know why? I mean, outside of because people who know my background know I was an entrepreneur who built companies, and Dana's basically my inspiration for being able to build $1 billion company specifically so that you do not answer to anyone and can say whatever the fuck you want. And this is that. This is like, you want to know why I fucking love Dana? Because of this. Because he built a multi-billion dollar business specifically so he can say this into a motherfucking microphone. All right? So if you like the content, subscribe and ring the bell. Yeah. And I'm serious, dude. I really want to grow this channel fast. And so I am delivering. You guys understand I do this for free, right? Like, I make no money doing this. None, right? I mean, maybe a little bit, like a couple $100 a month, max. I'm doing this basically for free. All I'm asking from you guys, if you guys watch my stuff all the time, is just share it, man. That's it, right? I'm doing this for you guys. And all I'm asking in return is just share the fucking video, okay? Please, like, to your people. For God's sake. Anyway, I love you guys. All right, so let's talk about this. So, first of all, let's talk about what Dana said about Khabib, because someone asked him whether there was any chance that Conor and Dustin's fight was going to be for a title. Are you going to hear from Khabib by then? And is there any chance that Conor and Dustin's fight ends up being for a title? And he just threw fucking cold water on that. He was like, Khabib's coming back. He just basically was like, straight up, Khabib's coming back. So it's definitely not for a title. So Khabib's coming back. What's up, dog? Khabib's coming back. How much you motherfuckers want to bet that's going to be against Conor? How much you guys want to bet that that's going to be against Conor? Who's doubting it now? Who called that immediately? Immediately, when Dana said, "Oh yeah, no, I think he's going to come back for one more." Who fucking called that it was Conor? Oh wait, there's actually still no indication it's going to be for Conor, but it's almost as if I can get inside of the mind of another entrepreneur who I have immense respect for, right? So that's why I shared that with you guys, where it was like, well, Dana knows that a rematch with Conor will be the biggest fight in combat sports history. So my guess is he's probably not going to leave that one on the table. My guess, probably not going to fucking leave that on the table. Probably going to do what he can to make that happen. Just a hunch. And so if you also have the same hunch that I do, which is that Conor's going to beat the shit out of Dustin Poirier because it's a terrible matchup for Dustin Poirier, and if you think that he's not going to ask for a Khabib shot as soon as he puts Dustin down, you're crazy. Okay? So obviously that needs to happen first, but if that happens, bet your life that Conor and Khabib rematch is happening. All right? Now, speaking of Conor, I wanted to talk about something real quick. Now, I, being a student of the game, right? And a person who has experience punching things, striking, etc. I had this like, now, anybody who's ever seen me hit a bag will notice that maybe you won't notice. But what fact is that I built my technique around watching Mike Tyson growing up, how he would smash the bag. Everything I was ever doing was trying to just mimic Mike Tyson, the way, because it is what it is, right? So the way that I learned how to box before I knew how to box was watching videos of Mike Tyson and then being like, okay, yeah. So full body. So the only reason I bring that up is because when I first started watching Conor fight, I didn't understand it. Like, I didn't understand it. He looked slow to me. I've talked about that before, where I thought Conor looked slow, right? And this last week, I finally figured out what Conor's doing. He no longer looks slow to me a long time ago, but I really figured out what Conor's doing this week. Like, why when he hits you, it's like getting hit with a fucking bolt of lightning. I never really understood it. It just looked like he was at the end of a long punch. And I was watching him fight Diego Brandao. I was watching the Diego Brandao fight again, and it just went boom. And I was like, oh my God, I know what he's doing. I know exactly what he's fucking doing, technique-wise, okay? Now, normally, you know, when you're a boxer, right? Like, you know, you keep your elbows tight, and then you move, and then whap, and you're just whap, 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 right? It's all real quick, and you generate your power, or you generate your torque by turning your hips, and then it's like, it's all an extension of like your shoulder, right? Like, what you would tell a person not to do is don't fucking punch with their hand, right? Like, your hand shouldn't be leading your body should be leading your hand, okay? Conor is the opposite. Conor actually is having his hand lead his body in a way, like because normally that's a way to not generate power, right? Like, you know that? But what Conor's doing is he makes his fist like a fucking, like the end of a ball, like a spike ball on a chain, right? Where if you really look at what he's doing, he swings his arms as if his fist is the heaviest thing, where his arm is loose and light, and his fist is a fucking heavy ass ball at the end of it. And I'm serious, watch it. And then think about getting hit with that, right? So normally, you know, here, and Conor's going like this, like whap, like he's like, I don't know if I'm doing a good job explaining it, but I completely understand why Conor has superhuman power now. And that's why. I guarantee you, if you ask Conor and be like, so is that how you generate power? Is that you're basically swinging your arm like your fist is the end of a fucking mace, like the end of a chain ball, right? Except it's the thing that's leading it. Like the fucking ball itself is leading it as opposed to your shoulder leading it. It's very unique. But as soon as I kind of put it together and watch it, I completely get it. And I understand why it generates so much power. It wouldn't look good on a bag. Like, that's the thing, is like, what I'm talking about, like if you hit a heavy bag, this would look like you had more power. Wow! Like that would look like you have more power than kind of what I'm talking about. But if you imagine getting hit with it, like, and if you can really kind of conceptualize what I'm talking about, it's just like, it's the end of a fucking chain, a mace, like a chain fucking ball, like a ball on a chain. And I don't know if I'm doing a good job explaining it, but it's very unique technique that he has, and I'm 100% positive that's what he's doing. Anyway, so that's what it is. Now, let's talk about what Dana said, because, oh my God. All right, so I'm gonna let you watch this real quick, okay? So Dana just fucking eviscerated Bob Arum, all right, in this press conference from last night. So I'm gonna go ahead and let you guys watch that right now.
Yeah, I didn't see how that whole thing played out, but I heard Bob Arum, fucking little bitch, crying about it. Fuck him. I had to throw that in there. I fucking hate that guy. Anyway.
Did you see his fight, not to bitch on Bob Arum, but he said that, oh, I've lost so much money on Terence Crawford, I could build a house in Beverly Hills or something? Like,
you imagine if I said that? Are you fucking kidding me? You guys would murder me if I said that. I'd never hear the end of that. That's what you do. That's not his fucking problem. That's your problem. His problem isn't to figure out how you make money. You fucking signed a deal with this kid. Your job is to promote him. Your job is, you made a deal. All these kids that I signed, you know, and if you look right now at all the kids that we've signed and how many people we have on our roster is very inflated right now. We have a very, very big roster, the biggest roster we've ever had in the history of the company. I have to pay all these kids. How I pay them is not their fucking problem. It's my fucking problem. And this guy wants to go, imagine me saying, oh, I gotta pay Conor McGregor fucking this much money. I could have built a house in Beverly Hills. Shut the fuck up, you fucking scumbag. Pay your fucking fighter what you owe him. That's your job. Bob Arum is a piece of fucking shit. Good night, everybody.
Okay, so do I need to add anything to that, or can I just walk that off? Like, can I just pretend that I'm Dana and, like, you know, this is my microphone and just fucking drop the mic? Because, right? So here's the thing. This is the point I want to make before we leave here. Has nothing to do with Bob Arum. I think Dana covered the Bob Arum thing. What I want to say is, that's why I love that motherfucker, okay? Because you look at my hand, look it, okay? Now, all of these tattoos mean something, all of them, okay? But the reason I got them was specifically because I never thought I was going to have to work for someone ever again. And so these tattoos were basically like, I don't answer to anyone. I don't fucking answer to anyone. And Dana is just like me with that, man. He doesn't answer to fucking anyone. He can sit in a press conference and say that about Bob Arum and then just drop the mic and walk out. He answers to fucking no one. He can say whatever the fuck he wants. Literally. Do you understand the freedom that he has, that he created for himself by grabbing the fucking world by the balls and crunching it in his hands? Okay? He's a fucking badass. He says whatever he wants. He answers to fucking no one. And I'm going to give you guys a little spoiler alert, okay? I've been sending a box of Cuban cigars to Dana every month, okay? Last month and the month before. And I'm going to send him another one this month. And I'm going to keep doing it every month until he talks to me. And I'm going to propose something to him that is not about me working directly for him. I am going to propose something special. But he and I are going to go into business. Or at the very least, he's going to tell me no. Or I'm going to just send him a box of Cuban fucking cigars every month for the rest of forever until he finally fucking calls me. I would assume after he gets 10 of them, he's going to be like, Jesus, I should probably just give this fucking guy a call. And then he can tell me no. Or he can tell me let's do some business because I'm special too. And I just need the right type of partner, the right type of positioning for what I'm talking about. And it's going to fucking work. It's going to work big. And Dana's the only person I want to be partnered with. So, and it's because of that. And I don't want to spoil the fun, but yeah, what I'm driving towards will be a lot of me saying whatever the fuck I want. So anyway, if you like the content, subscribe and ring the bell. Go watch Jesse on everything. It's a better channel than this, okay? I know, I mean, if you love MMA and that's it, great. But I'm putting my best shit on that channel. That's a fucking fact. Anyway, love you guys. Subscribe to the channel, ring the bell. Peace.